Curious what you said to Alden. How did you come up with that humorous and iconic flammable answer? And the most burning question is, are you joining Miss Universe Philippines again? Hello everybody, it's Stacey Gabriel. Kainta! I am back on YouTube. I am so thrilled to be able to reconnect with you here. Since seeing you last, I've become Miss Universe Philippines first runner-up. I am still floating on a cloud of the love that I have received from all of you. Thank you so much. Last week, I went on my broadcast channel on Instagram and asked you all to send in your burning questions for your flammable queen. And today, I'm sitting on the hot seat and answering them. Crease DG asks, what was the first ever thing you ate after the finals? Pandesal with hot chocolate. Mwah. Rex Sanchez, 1994 asks, after MUPH, what's next for Stacey Gabriel? Not the full government name. Well, acting has always been my big love, so I do dream of finding my way back on set. At the same time, I am so thrilled to be able to focus on my sustainable swimwear brand, Gabri, once again. I am so excited to create and just let my imagination run wild. And although there are many unknowns still, you can trust that my new dreams will be just as limitless as the last one. Uxetna asks, what was your honest reaction when you were called as the first runner-up? You saw my honest reaction. Immediately after Bulacan was called, I gave her the biggest bear hug because I was over the moon for her. And I also posted a video, I believe day after coronation, where I was crying in my mom's arms, and that too was an honest reaction. You know, we can hold space for all sorts of emotions in our spirit. I was so joyful for my sister, while at once heartbroken over a shared dream, and that's okay. That's what being human is all about. It's messy and it's layered and it's complex and it's beautiful, and we can rejoice in both the pain and the progress. Mermaid Twitch asks, what was in your head when you were strutting and posing for each segment? Ooh, I love this question. I am big on affirmations. I posted a video, a reel, a couple months ago on my Instagram sharing how the phrase green light is my family's phrase for the year. On coronation night especially, I just kept repeating the phrase green light. I was reminding myself that God has his mighty hand on this journey. He led me here for a reason. I belong on this stage because he said so, and he has called me for his divine purpose. So I just kept saying green light, whenever I was nervous or antsy, or I could feel that the cheering and yung dagundong ng arena was getting the better of me, I would just keep repeating green light. Mark Nathan Dalimpapas asks, what did you feel nung kayong dalawa na lang ni Miss Bulacan? Oh, talking of the green light, that moment I felt the green light glow all over me. I was standing here, and just behind Chelsea was the box filled with my loved ones. So I could feel their energy, I could feel their love and support. And from the beginning, they always told me, we're already proud of you. Now go out there and make yourself proud. And in that moment, for the first time in my journey, I felt truly proud of myself. And that was a priceless moment that I will forever carry with me, and I will one day tell my grandchildren about. Nicole's ZMC asks, who are your MUPH besties at this stage? Oh goodness, too many to mention, but off the top of my head, during rehearsals especially, these were my girls: Alex of Laguna, Matea of Florida, Alexi of Iloilo. We had some good laughs. I have loved Atisa from the get-go. Lynn of CDO is my girl. Christy, of course, my girl Christy, Mr. Gig, is a sister for life. Archive Nixie asks, anong pinag-usapan niyo ni Chelsea while you two were holding hands? Ooh, wow, that's a great question. We just kept repeating to each other how proud we were of each other and how if the other were to win, we would be extremely happy for that person. I'm so happy for her, and I am so blessed to have shared that moment with her. Pat Andre asks, funny or unexpected moments that happened behind the scenes during the pageant? Oh, one funny moment was just before the evening gown competition. We all, for the first time, saw each other's dresses. And it was like that Spider-Man meme where it was like, because there were like 4 white gowns, 3 red gowns. And it was like, we all planned it. That was nice, that was funny. Leffer ZTYM asks, what gown colors did you consider for finals? Whoa, this is a good one. My masterful, magnificent designer, Val Taguba, made a couple choices for me. I was the luckiest girl alive playing dress up at his atelier, and we considered green for obvious reasons, green light, and we also considered blue. Also from LefoZTYM, how did you prep for Q&A? What type of questions did you prep for? I worked with my good Judy, my bestie, Callie Huff, for Q&A, and I worked with her for Binibining Pilipinas too. And it was the same process in that we had dozens and dozens of pages of possible questions, from women questions to political questions to environment questions. It was anything and everything under the sun that could be asked on finals night, and just making sure that I knew a little bit of something about everything, and that making sure that I had a solid opinion on everything. Towards the end, that last month, that home stretch, we tried to meet 30 minutes a day, every day. When we weren't meeting on Zoom, we were texting or sending voice messages and just making sure my mind was sharp and ready to tackle any questions. Love.rin asks, what is your advice to young aspiring pageant or beauty queens? You know, it all starts with a deep why. Ask yourself why you want to do this. Allow that to be your guiding light. For me, my deep why is my unwavering commitment to my family and making sure that I can support my mom. My passion for women's prison ministry, as well as representing my beloved mental health community. I allowed those to be my North Star, so whenever I would feel overwhelmed or sad or anxious, still at the end of the day, I was never lost because I was guided by those principles. I was guided by the love that was growing in abundance every day, because I could feel that this platform was the greatest possible avenue to bring my causes to the forefront. Unfamous asks, who among the candidates messaged you first after the coronation night? Atisa. The day after coronation, we exchanged words of encouragement and congratulations. It is so beautiful to have sisters on this journey. She was one of my best girls on the Miss Universe Philippines ride, and I am so grateful to have her support, and best believe she will have my support as she conquers the cosmos. Underscore EllieRye035 asks, curious what you said to Alden. If you can recall, when he announced me as part of the top 5, he mimicked my introduction and the way that the crowd was chanting my municipality, and he said, Ka in ta! And I thought that was absolutely brilliant, so I made sure that when I got the chance to banter with him center stage, I said, great pronunciation, and we had a chuckle about it, and that was that. Crazy Izzy asks, personally waited for the hashtag Stacey slow-mo walk. Last minute changes, a little, that little emoji. I just wanted to bring something new. I'm sorry that you didn't get to see it at finals, but maaaring hindi pa huli ang lahat. Jeffy T. Reyes asks, what's behind the hashtag 5TACEY? Who and how did you come up with that? I came up with that 2 years ago. It was one of my first ever visualizations for this Miss Universe Philippines journey. The reason being that the Philippines is going for its 5th Miss Universe crown, and that was the intention behind it, and that was the dream behind it. For now, I'm just going to have to tuck that dream away and maybe nurture it another time. Jeffy Rail asks, how did you come up with that humorous and iconic flammable answer? I don't know what came over me. When I asked Jeannie, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? In front of the whole universe?
And that was me buying time. I didn't know what I was gonna say until the very last moment. But I remember when Miss Cebu, Chris Hanson, I love that girl. When she was called onto the top 10, I believe she was asked, what is your backstage secret? And when I heard that question, I thought, what would I have said? And just fleetingly, for 2 seconds, I thought, ooh, that I'm a living, breathing can of hairspray, because I was sprayed down from head to toe. I had some bronzer on that so fleeting, right? And then I forgot about it, moving right along. And then it comes to me and I'm asked,
tell me a juicy secret you have never told anybody else before.
And the freshest thing on my mind was hairspray. And I just thought,
I guess the secret would be that I have so much hairspray on, I am extremely flammable. So don't come near me, anybody with a lighter.
Now you all know. Lawrence Avendan _go asks, what was the inspiration behind your final evening gown? Val Taguba is an absolute genius. And I remember walking into the atelier about 3 weeks before coronation, and we thought we had a finals gown. But he said, I'm gonna make you a white gown. And we were inspired by creating a moment that was timeless, ethereal, and so very Miss Universe. And I felt every inch the queen in that gown. I don't want to give it back, just between you and me. It's still here. But I'm holding on to it a little while longer. I felt the most beautiful I have ever felt in that gown on that night. And I'm so grateful to Tito Val for giving me that priceless moment. Another question that many of you asked is why I don't have a crown. I have addressed this on an Instagram post, but I want to speak to you directly. We were asked which titles we would be open to hypothetically, and I stayed true to my singular focus, my childhood dream, Miss Universe, and respectfully declined the other titles. Many won't understand my reasons, but I realized that my identity was never rooted in the crown, but in God's plan for me. And as first runner-up, I am able to expand my work in women's prison ministry and continue to live out my purpose. And the most burning question is, Stacey, are you joining Miss Universe Philippines again? Bye! Thank you so much for watching. You know, I don't know. Only time will tell. At this very moment, I just feel incredibly blessed and so proud of my team for what we achieved, and we're just basking in this moment. Like I always say, I will follow God's leading. I am here to walk into my next dream and God's divine calling. We'll see. I am not closing my doors. So that's definitely a step in the direction that you all are hoping for. Many of you have noted that when I joined this year, I said this would be one and done. I would be hanging up my sash after this, but you know, coming so close to this childhood dream just affirmed how much I want this and how right it felt. So only time will tell whether it's right for the universe as well. Alrighty, that is all we have time for today. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to let you in on this epic year ahead of us. You know where to find me on Instagram. Let me know in the comments below what else you want to see on this channel. I love you, God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.